Shalom, shalom to the 144,000, the elect. Before I get started, let me give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rekah HaKodash. Double honor to the apostles and nails of great millstone. Peace and blessing to the brothers that are preaching the truth in the four winds of the earth. May Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai have mercy upon you. Let me turn this up a little bit. Alright, deportation. ICE agents make sweeping arrests in the latest immigration crackdown. I'm gonna start off with this. This was 15 hours ago, and I'm gonna go to something a little more fresher than that one. Let's just get right into it.
This morning, an escalating crackdown nationwide on illegal immigration. Federal officers on the move in major cities. Newly confirmed Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem in New York, watching this arrest just this morning. How busy has this been over the past week?
Busier than we've seen in a while.
The number of daily arrests rising. A senior administration official telling NBC News ICE arrested nearly 1,200 undocumented immigrants in one day. Roughly half had criminal records, in addition to being in the country illegally.
If somebody is here illegally, whether or not they've committed, crimes, there is that possibility that they could be, arrested.
We saw one enforcement operation firsthand in Chicago. We're now heading to the northwest part of the city. Yesterday, they couldn't find one particular 25-year-old from Mexico with a lengthy criminal history. But this morning, a surveillance team has just seen him at work, and that's where we're going. Agents move in, arresting Christopher Lara from Mexico. ICE says he has a criminal record, including convictions for home invasion and aggravated battery.
This is the one that's coming in.
NBC News also getting rare access to an ICE processing center, where we found Lara arriving in handcuffs. He denies the charges against him, saying he deserves a second chance.
I went to school my whole life here, from preschool all the way to my senior year.
He says if he's deported back to Mexico, he'd leave behind a 5-year-old daughter.
He does have serious charges and convictions. So I understand he has a daughter, and that's unfortunate, but we still have a job to do, and we still have to follow the law.
Meanwhile, after a brief feud with Colombia over accepting deportees, President Trump now threatening tariffs for any country that gets in the way of his mass deportation effort.
We've made it clear to every country that they will be taking back our people that we're sending out, the criminals.
But for the families left behind, it is agonizing. This woman's father was just arrested. He's lived here many years, she says. It breaks my heart. Meanwhile, some new developments at the U.S. southern border. These are some tense moments in Starr County, Texas. This is drone video released by the Texas Department of Public Safety. Authorities say that cartel members trying to escape Mexico fired on U.S. Border Patrol agents who were eventually taken into custody. Again, Craig, here in New York, there are new arrests happening just this morning.
As we speak, all right, Gabe Gutierrez Force, just a few blocks from here. Gabe, thank you.
All right. Y'all see what's going on, right? Esau ain't playing, right? Esau ain't playing. Let's play maybe one, maybe two, maybe another one. And then there's something else I want to go in on. And I'm going to go right there. See that right quick. Let's see, let's go right here. Stay in Chicago.
Try this honey trick to...
1 sec, select
of immigration raids around the country are stoking fear and leaving some afraid to leave their homes.
As we said, WGN's Brona Tumulty joining us now with details on that. Brona.
Good evening, guys. Yeah, those who visited Little Village know it is a vibe.
You know what? I can't say that that since Trump started these raids, I haven't really been seeing a whole lot of we just call them illegal. We call them immigrants, even though we just call them what they call them, right? So I don't want to confuse anyone. But I haven't really seen any. But let's get into it. I'm gonna go on a rant.
vibrant, bustling community, but over the last few days we're told it has been less so. Those trying to run businesses say for some families the current fears are very real.
Most of our customers are Latinos, almost 95%. And the way things going around the country right now, they're scared to come out.
You can't run a business without customers, and we're told it's been distinctly quiet in Little Village over the last few days.
Hey, my thing is though, what about the immigrants that came over here from Ukraine and all of the so-called white people that came over here? They immigrants too, huh? They foreign to this land. Why? Well, we know that the ones that they really gathered up. Oh my goodness, that's a whole nother lesson. We know who the land really belongs to. But anyway, how about those? They illegals too. How long are they gonna be here before they deport them?
Days.
I hope this terror will stop. This is going to affect the city. It's a chain of command. It's going to affect everybody.
This man is a U.S. citizen who immigrated to America years ago and opened his own store. He agrees criminals being rounded up in immigration raids should go, but adds there's also undocumented, hard-working people now living in fear.
There are so many ways they could work with these immigrants to make their status legals instead of just scaring them.
There's no need to be afraid to show up to work. There's no need to be afraid to go to school.
Superintendent Larry Snelling says more than 100 people have been apprehended in Chicago thus far, adding those with convictions are the focus.
We have not seen federal agents running through Chicago looking for children, going to work locations and grabbing people.
There's no question there's a few that are not coming to work. There are some, everyone's looking over their shoulder.
Sam Toya of the Illinois Restaurant Association tells us about 586,000 people work in the food service industry statewide. Close to 300,000 are in Chicago, and about 40% of them are immigrants.
Damn, out of 500,000, 300,000 of them in Chicago alone. I mean, we're not even talking about Texas and California. Well, people in California, most of them people probably in the South now. All of the hell that they going through, burning their houses down. You know, boy, this thing here's being playing real well. I'm gonna finish this here and go to something else.
Whom anxiety is high.
Not just because maybe some are undocumented, but some are just feeling like, I'm a Latino/Mexican. Am I just going to be stopped on the street? And if I don't produce my papers, am I going to be taken away?
The law requires agents to present a signed warrant to enter a home or business, but an employer still has 72 hours to hand over I-9 work authorization forms.
If that happens, please reach out to the Illinois Restaurant Association. Reach out to us. We are working with immigration groups that have pro bono lawyers to represent these workers.
There's a real goal here to stoke fear into the American people.
Mayor Brandon Johnson joining Superintendent Snelling earlier.
Ain't that some pro bono lawyers that work with these people here, right? What that sound like? That sound like slave wages to me. That would have sounded like to me. People hiding and jumping around, but y'all gonna represent them for free. Yeah, really. We know what it's all about. The name of this video is Fear Grips Chicago as immigration raids continue affecting local businesses. Right? This is Psalms 10 and 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages, in the secret places. Doeth he murder the innocent? His eyes are privily set against the poor. And who is that? That's you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives of this land. But you blacks, you so-called black people, y'all comfortable. But your time coming too. Your time coming too. It's just a matter of time before Esau Edom put them horns all the way out. And then when he do that, no one is gonna be safe, including his own people. Verse 9 of Psalm 10 and 9. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor he doeth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net. So, you know, as long as you all stay in America, Esau Edom is not going to stop, because he's you know, the Heavenly Father is on the left hand side, is controlling this devil. He has a mission that he has to what? He got to achieve. And he's going to achieve that mission until Yahweh shall return. So hell on earth in America, Jacob's trouble, this is only the beginnings of it. This is only the beginning of it. Right? Let's hear a little more.
Reaffirming the city's commitment to being a welcoming one.
We'll continue to make sure that we're protecting the interests of all working people in the city.
Now, Snelling did add today that CPD, under the city's welcoming ordinance, which is still in effect, police can't share an immigration status with federal authorities. So he stressed that if you are a victim of a crime, please don't hesitate to call for help. Live on the north side tonight, Rona Tumulty, WGN News.
All right.
Alright. Now, we hit by another precept, and you're going to go to this here, right? Which is Lamentations 4 and verse 17. As for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. So, you know, most of us are still doing what? We're still reaching out and hoping that Esau Edom have a change of mind, or a change of thought, and saving you all. You know, Micah 2 and 10, arise ye. Right? Arise ye and what? And depart. Because for this is not your rest. This is not your rest, man. You 12 tribes of the children of Israel, this is not your rest. You so-called blacks, Hispanics, and natives of this land. This is not your rest. So, as for us, our eyes as yet, Lamentation 4 and 17, as for us, our eyes as yet failed for our vain help. In our watching, we have watched for a nation that could not save us. They hunt our steps that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near. Our days are fulfilled, for our end is come. So Trump gonna he just started. What we about 7 days in with Trump, the inauguration. What it is, 20, something like that, 7, 8 days. I don't know. I ain't keeping up with it anyway. But anyway, well, I'm keeping up with this, with what's going on, because I got to, because I got to blow the horn and give warning. So let's hear this out here right now. This is something. This concerning the federal workers. You know, on one end, he looking good, and got his fellows clapping for him and hooray, hooray. But on this end right here, Trump is doing what? It's been what? About 7 days. I'm gonna say 7 days. 7 days, and with what? 7 days Trump been in, and with he has what? Massive change to their system. Why is that? Let's see this out, then I'm gonna get into it.
Administration has just done something that is shocking millions and millions of workers. And this actually has the American people wondering what in the world just happened. Because just today, Donald Trump announced something that is staggering. The only time we've ever seen this in history was during the pandemic. Because now, what the Trump administration is offering is to give millions of workers 33 weeks of paid leave with benefits. Yeah, think about that for a second. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to explain what's going on, who this is actually being offered to, and why they are expecting over 300,000 people are going to accept this, and then we'll be out of a job. So I'll explain what's going on in just a moment.
300,000 people is going to accept this. 300,000 people are going to accept this. And then when they get them checked for 33 weeks, they're going to be out of job. From the horse's mouth.
But all I ask is one thing. It takes 2 seconds. Go ahead, hit that like button if you enjoy these daily updates. And now, let's begin. Office for 1 week officially. This is staggering. The changes that we've seen over the past 7 days are just huge.
Yes,
but look at this. I want to show you something. I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were both reading this together. It says USPS offers $15,000 buyouts in overstaffed facilities. Now, the reason why I'm showing you this is because
that's the United States Post Office. For those you don't know what that means, what that was, that was United States Post Office. $15,000 buyout. They buying people out of their federal jobs. And we know that he's also doing what? Trump is also saying concerning the taxes. So he's going to take taxes away. And a few other things. You know, this is all this right here is just he's just shaping up for that MOTB. That's all this is.
Where it starts, where employers are offering buyouts. Hey, if you take this severance check right here, right, you can just go beyond your merry way, go find a new job, right? Good riddance. Because they're trying to get rid of employees. Well, guess what? The federal government's doing the exact same thing. And I want to show you this because this is something that is unprecedented. And this is something that we could see larger companies actually do very soon. Look at this. The Trump administration is now offering buyouts to nearly all federal workers. Every single worker is going to receive a buyout offer. I want to read this to you. Look at this right here. It says, the Trump administration is offering millions of federal workers the option to accept buyouts through a government-wide deferred resignation program if they resign by February 6th. Yeah, February 6th. Today is the 28th. That means by next Thursday, they would have to resign. But they get deferred resignation. What does that mean? Well, it says those who accept the offer will receive pay and benefits through September 30th. It says the sweeping buyouts are being offered to, according to them, make sure that all federal workers are on board with the new administration's plan to have federal employees in office and adhering to higher standards. That's the big one. If federal workers are like, you know what, I didn't want this job if I have to be in the office 5 days a week. No, that doesn't work for me. Well, their alternative, their other option, is that they get this deferred resignation.
In other words, man, they're going to be tricked out of their jobs, man. You know, to be home. And then, hey, you're already at home. When they call you, when you pick that phone up, they're going to tell you what? Well, it's over with. Your pay over with. Find something else to do. You know, you got nothing else to do. Or whatever. It don't really matter. It won't be concerned with you. Right? This is Isaiah 10:1. Woe unto them, Esau, Edom, that decree unrighteous decrees. You know, this first unrighteous decree that these devils did, they sold everybody out, right? Like, for an example, the birth certificates. You know, this whole system, that they complete, that they, in other words, they say they took the, just to get to the meat of it, they say they gonna take the so-called blacks off, or they're gonna be slaves anymore. Then they say no more slaves, right? Then they turn around and did what? And enslaved the whole world with the 13th Amendment and the 14th Amendment, which is an unrighteous decree, and use the birth certificates and Social Security cards, you know, That's a whole nother lesson, which a lot of you wouldn't understand no way. Woe unto them, which is Esau, Edom, that decree unrighteous decree, and that right grievousness which they have what? Prescribed, to turn aside the needy, the Israelites, from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people. As the days go, more and a little more and a little more and a little more, or your rights will be snatched from you, right? Where it'll be tricked from you, because a lot of you all, greedy, you love getting something for free. Who love getting something for free more than anyone? You women. And starting with you, Eve. The widows that take away the right from the poor, verse 2 of Isaiah 10 and 2. To turn aside the needy from judgment, and to take away the right from the poor of my people. The widows, which is the Israelites, may be their prey, and that they may what? Rob the fatherless. So we are actually and really and truly heading into some what? Some rough times. Let's see. Eden already got us most of us for the boat with us. If you're not rich, if you're not part of Esau's system, if you're not working for them in the federal part of their federal government, if you're not twerking for cash. When I mean twerking for cash, I'm talking about being part of their system, which is a basketball player, football, actor, dancer, whatever, right? Being part of that, you'll be what? You will be most likely be in what? In their ghettos that they call what? Projects, right? They're gonna always right now they're trying to take take us and just look in the neighborhoods, right? How they transferring so-called white people and putting them in so-called black neighborhood and putting them. They always got a system, every like 25 years, 30 years, they got something. They got a plan where they come up with first off incarcerating a whole lot of people. That's the first and utmost thing that they do, and then in the process, they have what? They have plans set up. That people that they have already been, that they already know, they know what they're gonna do 20, 25 years before it even comes, right? Isaiah 5 and 8. Woe unto them that join house to house, that lay field to field, till there be no place, that they may be placed alone in the midst of the earth. Ain't that something? Esau, Edom is occupying what? Occupying all the land, man, to themselves. They're occupying all the land to themselves. They got all that they ever want, and they want what? They want your soul, the spirit, which they not going to get. Right? A lot of you are gonna sell out to the MOTB, which is the mark of the beast. Y'all gonna sell out. You're gonna take the chip. Because why? Because you greedy. You look for help for who? For Esau, Edom. Micah 2 and 10, arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest. This is not your rest, man. Right? You're supposed to be hating. What that is? Ecclesiastes 7 and 7. Right? You're supposed to be upset. You're supposed to be upset. Why should you supposed to be upset? You're supposed to be upset when you learn and have true understanding concerning what's going on all around you, man. You're supposed to be mad. Why are you supposed to be mad? Because surely oppression maketh a wise man mad. A wise man. And if you're not upset for or your conditions and the things that Esau Edom is putting you through, and you still looking for him for help, guess what? You are not a wise person at all. You're not wise. Let's hear a little more.
Resignation, they get their pay and benefits every single week until September 30th. That is huge. Look at this. It says, we're 5 years past COVID and just 6% of federal employees work full-time in office. That is unacceptable. According to the White House, they expect up to 10% of all federal employees are going to take the buy.
My bad, y'all. I'm trying to talk.
Yeah. Keep in mind, there's more than 3 million federal employees. That means they are expecting more than 300,000 federal employees are going to accept this buyout. But let me ask you this. Let's say you had a great job, good benefits, and you all of a sudden were told you can't work from home anymore, you have to be in the office. Now, if somebody offered you 33 weeks of pay, okay, let's just say they're making, right, let's say $1,000 a week, okay, that's $33,000 that they are going to get paid, plus benefits, to not come to work. Okay, just don't come to work, right? This is deferred.
Machine learning is advancing, but businesses wonder if...
It's lucky, man.
Okay, deferred resignation. Your resignation will be official on October 1st. Would you do it? Just curious. I want to read this to you. Okay, look at this right here. This is from the United States Office of Personnel Management. Okay, personnel management. It says to all heads and acting heads of departments and agencies. It says pursuant to the authority under all those numbers, the Office of Personnel Management is providing guidance to agencies regarding OPM's government-wide deferred resignation program. This program provides employees with an option to submit a deferred resignation letter with designation effective on September 30th, 2025. Deferred resignation exempts those employees who choose it from return to office requirements. Okay. Now,
same way they did you back in when that that C-19. It was giving the people all that money. What was taking place? They were giving you all that money, but in the process they was doing a whole lot of other things that you all didn't agree with, but you was comfortable. They finna make you comfortable. That's how they gonna do you. They make you comfortable, and then when they make you comfortable, then what? They come down on you. You're not gonna see it coming because you gonna a lot of you all gonna probably be somewhere, hey ho, ignorance, and blowing your money, right? But soon your money not gonna be any good. Soon you're gonna see $100 bills and $5 bills and dollars. You're gonna see it laying out in the street. It ain't gonna be no good in a minute. Ecclesiastes 7:25. I applied my heart to know, and to search, and to seek out wisdom, and the reason of things, and to know the wickedness of folly, even of foolishness and madness. So most of you all are what? It's just full of nothing but games and folly. Wickedness. You want to be what? You want this wickedness to continue. Esau have what? Destroyed the whole earth, man. The food, the water, the animals, even us. Our life expectancy to live is very short compared to what we was living in the days of old, right? But we that are part of the hopefully elect, hey, we want them new bodies, right? And them new bodies was what? That's forever. That's forever, and that's the kingdom. Let's hear a little more.
This is big, okay? President Trump wants to ensure that every single employee wants to work for this administration. Not that you have to, not that you chose the previous administration. He wants to ensure that if you are getting paid from the federal government, you want to be here. That's what he's trying to do. And we know many federal workers don't want to work. They don't want to come into work 5 days a week, work in an office. And I get it. Most people would rather stay at home. But the Trump administration has vowed to make some massive changes. This is just one of those changes that they are making. Again, we're only 7 days into the new presidency. 7 days into the new administration. And there are some massive changes that are taking place right now. Look at this. It says, the offer comes as President Donald Trump's administration pushes federal employees to return to the office 5 days per week, scrapping work-from-home allowances implemented during the COVID pandemic. Keep in mind, there were work-from-home allowances, many of which, again, has been, people, according to reports, there have been employees committing fraud. There are also employees that are taking advantage of the federal government, taking advantage of taxpayer dollars. And well, the Trump administration says, not under us, it is not happening. This is why the Trump administration, Donald Trump himself, signed an executive order on his first day in office, directing all executive branch agencies to end remote work rules. It says, the administration, which has promised massive cuts to purported government waste, is also signaling that most federal agencies will likely be downsized through restructurings and headcount reductions. Now, here's where things are going to get interesting. The federal employees have already been warned that if you do not go back to work in the office, you are likely going to be let go. They've also been warned that there's chances that there will be downsizing across every single agency. Right? That's something that has been in the works for many months. And then now they get this warning that, okay, you are being offered this deferred resignation all the way through September 30th. You can accept it, but you have to accept it by February 6th. The reason for this is simple. The Trump administration believes that many federal agencies are going to try to find roundabout ways to keep people at home. So what they're now trying to do is say, well, if you want to stay at home, great. Here's your opportunity. You can stay at home until September 30th and still get paid and still receive benefits. But if that's something that you question, whether you actually want to work for this administration or not, well, this is your alternative. So we're going to see what happens moving forward, but this is shocking. This is really shocking because I knew many people that accepted their resignations during the pandemic, right? That were pilots or that were executives, but this is 2025, and we are still offering this deferred resignation with 33 weeks of paid leave. That's crazy. But again, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Do you think this is a good thing? Do you think the Trump administration...
All right, man. So, hey, there it is. Let's see something. Let's see how I get this. Let's go back here real quick. 1 second, y'all. 1 second. Let me put this up here. I'm trying to get a good. Let's see, can I put this bill up here? Anyway, so now, you got initially you got the immigrants, and they are the immigrants are being rounded up, right? And they're feared. They don't want to come out their homes. I seen no, that's another page. Well, and then they give them from February to September. They're giving them pay from February to September. The guy said what, $1,000 or maybe I guess he just gave an estimate, or that's a right estimate. You know, I'm quite sure them federal employees make way more money than $1,000 a week, right? But that's from February to September pay, was right. He just used $1,000. He said that's $33,000, right? But I'm quite sure it's more than that, and that's 3 million federal 3 million federal employees. I think I said 300 million. I knew I messed up with that, didn't I? Anyway, it's 3 million. 3 million federal employees that they're trying to what? Trying to lay off. And I'm quite sure it's way more than that. But they're going to use them with what? With money, man. They're going to lay them off, and they're going to what? After 33 weeks of pay, plus their little benefits, they're not going to come back to work. So this is the system being rebooted, man, to that NWO. That's all what's going on. You know, they spoke early in the years of right before that C-19 concerning the population. You know, this is a population control. You know, you got to get the numbers down, and the main way to get numbers down is what? Is send them to these wars, right? Yeah, that's how you get your numbers down real good. So that was the only purpose. Where the main purpose of wars in the days of old was getting the numbers down, was having wars, right? You know, people just dying everywhere. What they call it, deferred resignation. Deferred resignation. But one thing that I'd be glad if he did, which I don't give a damn for real, which is the taxes. You know, but we all need looking for breaks, regardless of whether we believe in the system or not. You're still looking for a break within the hell, because we all gonna catch hell, man. 1/3 or 2/3. But you try to make your pillow as soft as you can. You know, make sure you don't fall as hard as others by what? By knowing what you know and preparing yourself. But first and foremost is praying to Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You know, but like I say, them damn IRS people, man, them damn tax folks, man, you talking about a bunch of wicked people. They wicked as hell. You know, you might be getting $12,000 or $13,000 back. They give you 6 or 5. And what makes it so bad, you can't call the tax people, and they're not going to tell you anything. Well, you supposed to got 12 back. They're not going to tell you anything. They know this here. They know they be stealing. They know they be doing it. They be defrauding people. Always committing fraud. They always committing fraud. And nothing get done about it. Nothing get done about it. Well, let me read this precept here. I know I kept quoting it, which is Micah 2:10. Well, let me go over to Micah 2:1. Right? Woe to them, meaning you wicked elites, that is what? Processing and their wickedness and trying to prepare the world for what? For the MOTB. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. You know, these devils still don't have enough. They own the whole world. They own everything. Food processing, they own everything, man. You know, they want that birthright back. You're not gonna get it, man. It was never for you in the beginning. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. Esau trying to create his own he's just taking the Heavenly Father's word and flipping it upside down. But the Heavenly Father gave, look, man, for this is one for you wicked Christians, especially you Jakes, man. When I say you Jake, I'm talking about you so-called, starting with you so-called blacks, man. You black men and women, man. I always got to come up against the truth, man. For what? For Esau, Edom. Y'all don't never talk about the Chinese, the Japanese, the Korean, no other race. Y'all always talk about them damn Edomites, man. Whoa. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their bed. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. What's in the power of their hand? To control your overall living conditions in the hell that you're going to receive in the coming months and years. We hope not year. We hope this is a year. verse 2, or Micah 2:2. And they covered fields, and take them what by violence, and houses, and take them away. So they oppress a man in his house. So Esau is not going to stop taking land. He's not going to stop using his military for what? For violence, to punish the people in houses, your family structures. All these things will be taken, and there's a great chance that for the most of us, or probably not all of us, we would probably end up in these woods somewhere, running around in the woods, trying to survive and trying to stay and run from that MOTB, man. Esau, that Trump coming down, and he ain't wasting no time at all. Let me end on Micah 2:10. I'm gonna pull it up. Let's just quote it. Let's just go to it. Arise ye, Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. This land is polluted from, again, this land is very polluted. Food, water, animals, anything you can name of, this place is polluted, man. Because it is polluted, it shall destroy you, even with a what? A sore destruction. So when that normal say, Kah Halal Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Kah HaKudash, Shalom.